Well, a fine good afternoon all. This is Patricia and I am traveling for history. I'm in Bisbee, Arizona today. More specifically, this is the Bisbee Restoration Museum. It is an historical society museum. And as you know, our historical society museums need our love and money. So love by volunteering, maybe donating things to it that are specific to Bisbee, Arizona. And money because it takes money to run these places. Everyone who's here is a volunteer. So what's fun is I have special permission to film, and that's what I'm doing today. So starting to my left, there is this dresser, bureau if you prefer. If you have another name for it, hey, let us know in the comments below. I don't know what kind of wood this is. If you have any thoughts about that, let me know. And then books up here too. Let's start and go around, and we'll come back around. All right. This is one of their dioramas. What is it of? Underground mining. It was created and donated by Mr. and Mrs. Ralph Hargis. How cool is that? I love to watch YouTube videos on mine exploration. I would never step foot in one personally. So many ways to die. So I like to watch other people who do that. People who are braver than I. So we have mucking, operating slusher, motor swamper, manway. So the ladders were called manways. Or, well, that area where the ladders were called manways. What is this? The motorman. Motorman made me do it. I don't see anything, but there'd be the same things over there as over here. Where's it? Oh, right here. Manway. Isn't that cool? An 8-day Spartan watch clock. 20th century portable watch. Good God, look at the size of that thing for security guards. Watch clocks used by security guards on their regular rounds had a paper or light cardboard disc or paper tape placed inside for a set period of time. The user would carry the clock to each checkpoint where a numbered key was mounted. That key was inserted into the clock, turned, and imprint the disc with the key number. After the shift, an authorized person would unlock the watch clock and retrieve the disc or tape and insert a new one. How nifty is that? Let's see if I can capture that. All right, so we have these two gentlemen here, and Bisbee's Blackest Day, the July 12, 1917 deportation. The largest mass kidnapping in U.S. history. The Bisbee deportation tore the town apart, and its effects echo down through history until today. The IWW called a strike on June 27, 1917 for higher wages, safer working conditions, and greater worker control of the workplace. It was the symbol of radical labor in the U.S. at the time. Although its rhetoric was inflammatory, the IWW committed few overt acts of violence nationwide and none in Bisbee. The deportation was the brainchild of Walter Douglas, general manager of the Copper Queen Consolidated Mining Company. Walter Douglas is right here. The IWW's goal was to organize all labor into, quote-unquote, one big union. Douglas delegated the dirty work of the deportation to Cochise County Sheriff Harry Wheeler, who believed the strike impeded the war effort, and that's Harry Wheeler. William Big Bill Haywood, founding member and leader of the Industrial Workers of the World. So the IWW. John Greenway, general manager, Calumet, Arizona Mining Company. And Lemuel Shattuck, owner of the Shattuck, Arizona Copper Company. And for more information, let me read a different piece down here that's longer. Quote, the Bisbee deportation was the illegal kidnapping and deportation of about 1,300 striking mine workers, their supporters, and citizen bystanders by 2,000 members of a deputized posse on July 12, 1917. The action was orchestrated by Phelps Dodge, the major mining company in the area, which provided lists of workers and others who were to be arrested in Bisbee, Arizona. The arrested were first held at a local baseball park before being loaded onto cattle cars and deported 200 miles, or 320 kilometers, to Tres Hermanos in New Mexico. The 16-hour journey was through desert without food or water. Once unloaded, the deportees, most without money or transportation, were warned against returning to Bisbee. As Phelps Dodge, in collusion with the sheriff, had closed down access to outside communications, it was some time before the story was reported. The company presented their action as reducing threats to United States interests in World War I in Europe. The governor of New Mexico, in consultation with President Woodrow Wilson, provided temporary housing for the deportees. A presidential mediation commission investigated the actions and in its final report described the deportation as, quote, wholly illegal and without authority in law, either state or federal. Nevertheless, no individual, company, or agency was ever prosecuted for the deportations. Of course not. Rich people don't get prosecuted for anything. Here's another diorama. This would likely be of the Lavender Pit, which is strip mining, pit mining. But kudos to people who make these things. And up here, I'm guessing the supervisors would be working up there. Oh, lantern. And MSA skull guard helmet, big light plastic with a metal / battery lamp bracelet, bracket. Mine employees wage scale. Wonder how that worked. What were they paid in? I'll have to ask. And of course, that's a picture of Bisbee. Sorry about the glare. Clothing. This is a wedding gown. 1890, fan, handkerchief, a shawl, donated by Mrs. William Russell. Now, in another one one from the attic, I'd commented about a woman who had donated prom dresses and a poodle skirt, and these are her prom dresses. Unfortunately, she used to come here and visit the items she had donated, but she has since passed on. (1954). 1950s pale pink party dress, taffeta with chiffon overskirt, and ivory heavy lace in memory of Minnie Watts, courtesy of Jan Crowther Frady. Look at that. I may not dress like that, but I can appreciate beautiful clothing. And we have a fan and gloves, baby dolls. What is that? Is that a purse? I don't know if that's a purse or a hat back there. Maybe it's a hat. Please let me know. Here's a hat. And my first thought was a handkerchief. But I know there are people who have mad skills out there in those things. So please let me know in the comments below. Hey, 1900 Eton jacket, scarlet red velvet with floral applique, thread embroidery in memory of Marie Strickland, courtesy of Hulda Lippert. That is beautiful. That looks like it was very expensive too. This was an evening dress, this black taffeta evening/party dress, in memory of Peggy Gallagher, courtesy of Inez Joy Dillo. Really happy when people donate things to museums like this, because we can all admire it. I know the window's in the way. Let's see, how about this direction? Yeah, that's better. Those dolls are better dressed than some people I've seen recently. Beautiful wedding gowns. Good gosh. Look at these. Wow. Let's admire this train again. That one has a poofy top, doesn't it now? Hope the fur wasn't itchy. Someone's wedding picture back here. I can't escape. The light is right above our head. It's right there. Oops. Right there. Yeah, no, his head is blocked. Beautiful gowns. From the wedding of Mr. and Mrs. C.A. Coda, 1941. I think this wedding dress right here is the one in the photograph. But let's take a look at that collar right there. And then look at the, yeah, that's the same one. Wow, 1941. And their wedding certificate. Wow. Or excuse me, their marriage certificate. Steamer trunk, this thing right here. The steamer trunk was owned by Belle and Bill Schwabel of Haverford, Pennsylvania. It was passed on to their daughter, Sandy Schwabel, who now lives in Tucson. She donated to the museum in their memory. And look at them, aren't they a cute couple? So cute. And look at that thing. Well, you know, what can I say? Ooh, kitchen stuff. Wow, looky at that. Wow, lots of storage in there. This is a sausage stuffer. You'd put the plasticky stuff here, and you would put the sausage through here, and it'll come out, and you fill the plastic thing that way. Remember when Hershey's Choc Cocoa came in a metal tin? I do. I remember they all came in metal tins. And then we have all sorts of nifty gadgets. So, let's see. I remember when put the oil and vinegar and salad dressing stuff on the table. This here, that's I'm pretty sure that's a milkshake maker. How cool is that? All sorts of plates. Specific to Bisbee, Phelps Dodge General Office. It is still standing. It's a museum. The Bisbee, Arizona Bicentennial Community. El Paso and Southwestern Depot, Bisbee, Arizona. I don't know if that's still standing. 1880, 1980, 100th anniversary of Bisbee, Arizona. Presbyterian Church. I think that's still standing. Brewery Building, that's definitely still standing. Central School, I just think that's still standing. The Orpheum Theater, I'd have to ask about that. I know they don't have trolleys on Main Street anymore, though. The Cochise County Courthouse, you should see that in person. I don't know about the inside, but the outside is magnificent. Art Deco. And yes, that's still standing. And the Copper Queen Hotel, also still standing and reputedly haunted. Now, see, because I visited the Lincoln Historical Society Museum in Lincoln, Vermont, I know what that was used for. That's for holding an oil lamp. And the one they show was from a church. Maybe a church that burned down. What does this tag say? I can't read it. I mean, I can read cursive, but it's just hard to read. Maybe you can read it with a close-up. Look at that. Wow, now that is an old stand mixer. And that's a meat grinder. Oh, a mixer. You know, I have not been able to find this style of mixer in years. And this just seems to be something that you can buy at an antique store. Antique store. I was mourning that for a moment. I remember using this as a kid. Though I will say that this thing here can be kind of painful after a while. Alrighty, so we have it says 1909 circa second version floral decoration with gold stripes with warming toast stand. Warming toast. General Electric model D12. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, this is a mayonnaise maker, and there's a recipe card right there. I buy a jar. This is an apple peeler. This piece and the one just beneath it. A grater. A flour sifter. Remember sifting flour? I remember Mom sifting it. I think I had it sifted too. And actually, I missed it over here too. The flour sifter right here. And, you know, you would sift it that way. Because there's a, up here, you know, you put the flour in the top. Sorry, I'm not tall enough for that for you. And then when you needed it, you would sift it into the bowl. How cool is that?